Hey.
Miss Sue FOLEY, welcome in Belgium.
Thank you.
I think it's your first time in HASSELT,
Yes.
because you were many times in Belgium.
Yes,
and,
many times.
For us in the West,
Yep.
in Banana Peel.
Yep.
But we are happy to have you in HASSELT tonight. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We are from Rootstime, but Ferry already told you that.
Okay.
Let's start the story in when you were 13. You tried to play guitar. You are a lover of the Rolling Stones.
Yep.
Do you think that you were destined to become a musician?
Yes. I always knew I would be a musician,
Yeah.
so even before I was 13.
You never got something else in your mind?
No, I never did. So I was lucky because from the time I was very young, my father played guitar, my older brothers played guitar. So even long before I was 13, I already knew I wanted to play music.
Yeah. But then you went to a concert of the famous James Cotton.
Yep.
And after that, you knew that you wanted to become a blues musician.
Yeah.
Can you explain us why the blues was so special for you?
I can try. I mean, it was for me up until that point. I had seen,
because in the beginning you were a lover of the Rolling
Stones and rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, I grew up with the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, rock and roll, and 70s rock, Elton John, and people like that, and
like us normal people.
Yeah, and it was all great music and all blues based. I didn't realize that until later.
But what touched you when you saw the famous James Cotton?
When I saw James Cotton, I think up until that time I'd only been to stadium shows, to rock shows. Like I'd seen Tom Petty and bands like that in big stadiums, and this was my first time in a nightclub. And I think that experience of seeing somebody so close, first of all, it just had a profound effect on me. And I don't know, there's just something magical about blues music that does that. It gets inside of you, and I can't really explain it, but I felt like I was uplifted. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I walked away and I didn't know what happened to me. I was transformed, and it was that experience of just being there with the band. I felt like the band and the audience were like really close together and responding to each other, and I don't know, and then James Cotton is just amazing. I mean, he's a deep blues musician, so he knows how to hit those deep spots. So it's a lot of things, right?
After that you moved from Ottawa, where you are from, to Vancouver. I checked it, it's about 5 hours to fly to a long distance.
That's a long way
to Vancouver, but finally you moved to the States.
Yeah, when I was 21, I moved to Austin.
Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have to live in the States to be a good musician, to be a good blues
Well, for
musician?
me, I felt like I needed to. I don't think you have to. I think there's a lot of great blues musicians all over the world that play the music really well. For me, I wanted to go where it was from, and I was in love with the Texas blues scene that was happening in Texas at the time. That was right when the Fabulous Thunderbirds were so big, and Stevie Ray broke through, and I found out about Antones. To me, that was what was really happening for me, and I wanted to go there.
You want to go there?
Yeah.
You mentioned Antones.
Yeah.
He has a bar, he has his
record
own
company.
A record company, and your first album.
My first album.
You released it with Antones in Texas.
Yeah.
The next two, but what makes him so special?
Well, Clifford,
that's a name that comes back.
Yeah.
Antones Records, Antones.
It's a very famous club. I mean, the nightclub is where Antone was the guy who was bringing all those Chicago bands into town. He was bringing Muddy Waters and Jimmy Reed, and he was bringing down James Cotton and Pine Top, and all these guys were coming down to Austin and playing with the young people, and that really changed the sound of Texas blues. Like that fusion of Chicago and Texas sounds really, I think, changed the way Texas blues sounded and the way Texas blues guitar was played. So it was a very profound
sound.
Yeah, and then it all was happening at that club. mostly.
And you was
It was happening in the blues club at Antone's, and he was bringing those acts in, and he was making sure the older musicians were playing with the young musicians. That was really important to him.
So you was one of the lucky ones who played
I
there.
was very lucky.
Lucky one, yeah.
Yeah, I was very lucky.
So I skip till today, to 2018. I don't know how many of your albums this is, but your latest album, not your last, sorry. Your latest album is The Ice Queen.
Yes.
Let's start with the title. It's not about something hidden beside, I think, because when I hear the song that you brought in the Toronto Blues during the Toronto Blues, it's a song about yourself. The Ice Queen.
The Ice Queen.
Yeah.
The Ice Queen has I always say it has three meanings with the whole record.
Yeah.
There's the song The Ice Queen.
You named the album The Ice Queen, but there is the song.
There is a song The Ice Queen, but that's about a person. It's not necessarily about me. It could be anybody. It's about a person that people call Ice Queen, right? And why and what's going on with her. But also the title, The Ice Queen, was also a reference to my being Canadian.
Oh yeah.
And being from Canada.
Because you're living in the cold north.
I'm from Canada, and that's part of my identity. And also, the Iceman is one of my favorite guitar players, Albert Collins, who was known as the Iceman and played a Fender Telecaster.
That's new for me.
So three things.
Three things.
Yeah.
Somewhere about yourself because of your living.
Yeah.
Somewhere about Mrs. Cotton. Yes. Nice to hear.
Yeah.
Are there more personal songs on the album?
Well, yeah, I think everything I write is personal. I mean, I don't write I always say I don't write fiction. I write what I know, what I understand. So.
Yeah, all the songs, I think 2 or 3 not, are originals.
Yeah.
Is it a difficult task to write a new song, to do songwriting for you?
No, not really. I like songwriting. I'm always in the process of songwriting. I'm always thinking about it.
You do it everywhere, or?
Yeah, I do it. I let it just happen. But these songs all came together, at the same time. So.
And when I go through the lineup, I find a lot of big names, famous names.
Yes.
How did you get them together?
Well, our producer.
I mentioned Charlie Sexton, Jimmy Vaughan, Billy F. Gibbons, the famous ZZ Gibbons.
Yep.
All big people.
Very big people, and Mike Flanagan, our producer.
He's the producer.
E3 player.
The key man, yeah.
He produced the album, and he also plays with Jimmy Vaughan, and he plays with Billy Gibbons. So he brought those guys in. He's really good friends with Charlie Sexton. But they all know who I am, and they were really supportive of what I was doing, and they liked the music and the songs, so it worked out.
They like Susu.
Yeah, it was great. Everybody fit in perfectly, and
I don't know how much the number of the album, but are you working on new songs, new album?
I'm always working on new songs. Yeah.
That's no fixed. No, when it comes, it comes.
No, it comes. Okay. It comes next year, maybe.
Another point is that you're always. I'm trying to find a picture. You're always playing.
My pink Telecaster. Yeah. Yes, the same guitar.
What's the story behind that? Why? It's that your body that's.
Yeah, I just got that guitar when I was in my 20s, and I've just played it. Oh. I just kept playing it. It's got my soul in it now.
And it keeps holding the same sound.
Yes, sounds great. It works
same
great.
Feeling, I think so. Yeah.
So I don't buy a new one that hasn't worn out yet.
In your career, I can say that you got a lot of awards.
Yeah.
Juno Awards, Maple Awards, Trophée du Blues Awards. What are the most important ones for you? Is there someone more important than
No, I
special?
don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it's great to be acknowledged, but it's not really why I do it.
It's a recognition.
It's really nice.
I call it always, it's a recognition for what you do.
Yeah, and that's really nice. But
Some-
in a way, the awards thing is a little
Something
bit.
what you expect.
Yeah, in a way, the awards thing is not good for musicians because it puts us in categories and it makes us compete. You know what I mean? See each other as one's better, and it's very political. So I'm very appreciative of the awards I've gotten, but it's not why I do what I do, right? Yeah.
Do you have also a life beside music?
Oh yeah.
Beside being a musician,
Yeah.
what do you do in your?
What do I do?
When I may ask it, in your free time.
Well, in my free time, I write for Guitar Player magazine. I have a
Oh.
monthly column called the FOLEY Files, which is excerpts from interviews I've done with women guitar players. So I've interviewed a lot of women guitar players, and so that's a column that's based on my interviews. I do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hang out with my friends. I live in Austin now, so I go to see a lot
Still
of
living in
music.
Austin. Okay.
Yeah, so I go see a lot of music. I see a lot of my friends, hang out. It's
Having fun.
Yeah.
Few questions to go. One special. What did you learn about yourself by being a musician?
Well, I think that's a good question. But I think I don't really know, but I know with blues music, that's about yourself, and the way to play blues music is to be yourself. So it's a whole journey, and it's kind of, that's why blues music is hard music to play. It's very simple, but it's actually very hard to do.
That's sure.
Because it has to be honest, and you have to be
Yourself.
real, and that's not easy. You have to look at yourself
Yeah.
in relation to everything else and be able to see everything. But I think, what I love about it is you're able to grow up in blues music. You're able to age. You actually get better. Like all the musicians I liked were in their 70s, and so I look forward and I think, well, I'm just like a baby. I'm still like middle-aged in blues music. I'm just ripe now. I'm ready to say something, and now I can, so it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. You're now touring in Europe tonight in Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
When I see my schedule, you are in the Bosuil in Weert. You are in Bananapeel again. I think third time, fourth time.
Yes.
Your favorite place
I love
in
that
Belgium.
place. It's a great place.
Great place, but
Yeah.
for us, 2 hours drive.
Yeah, too bad.
Not too far, but what are your other plans? For the near future?
Well, I'm touring all summer, so back in Canada and the U.S. after this, just festivals and all till the end of the
summer
year.
festival,
Yeah, and then touring till the end of the year, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, I have a last question about today, about your show tonight. Your set list, you put it together.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? What do you put on it? Or
I focus on the new album.
okay, that's
So
normal.
yeah, I really, because the album was recorded live, I can play all the songs live, and there's no problem.
Then
so
you play also the rock and roll song.
I can play everything.
That is a great song.
Which one?
That's one song that you start. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, I can do that one. Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
called Run. So yeah, I focus on the album, and then I do a little bit of older stuff too. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about the band?
The band is from Canada.
Oh,
we
they-
were
Because
I
the
was
names
in.
they sound very from here now.
Yeah,
They're
no,
from-
they're from Canada, and we've been playing for a long time together.
It's a bass player, drummer, and
Bass player and drummer, and that's it.
3.
Yeah, Leo Valvasori on bass, who used to play with Mel Brown and Alana Miles and a whole bunch of bands in Canada. I think Jeff Healy, and then Tom Bona, who's played with me. He's on drums, and he's played with me before. He plays with a lot of bands in,
And the
in
bassist, the
Toronto.
bass player was Valvasori. No,
Valvasori,
difficult.
yeah, Italian.
Italian.
Anyway,
Okay.
they're great.
Just let me finish with this, Mrs. Sue Foley. That were my questions. Thank you again for your time,
Thank you.
and thank you again for your beautiful music.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
All
Lot.
right.